Patriarchy works against men. A controversial statement, but I will explain it in the best way possible. Let me repeat it again. Patriarchy works against men. People are usually used to the statement that patriarchy works against women. But today I talk about how patriarchy works against men who think that it works for them, or it is also thought by many people and women and the society in general that patriarchy works for men. And why am I saying that patriarchy works against men? Patriarchy, in the simplest explanation possible, is a social system, a social structure which places men at the top of the hierarchy of authority, which states that men have the most authority in a society. And it actually, even how it puts it like it's automatic. If you are a man, you have authority. But in my observation and analysis, I've actually realized that that position at the top of the hierarchy, where men are placed by patriarchy or a male-dominative social structure, in most cases, it's fictional, it's fake, it's not real. But we have been in a patriarchal society for the longest period. Even though currently it's being eroded and it has been eroded over the years, it's still there. It's actually, in other countries, it's more operational than others, depending on the cultures. Now, one of the ways that patriarchy works against men is what I have stated by saying it gives men fictional or fake power and authority, that they end up believing they are at that top position automatically, that they have been placed by patriarchy, while in real sense they are not, or they haven't built capacity to be at that place. It's like it becomes like a delusion for them because of what has been socially constructed into them about males being dominant over any other gender, over children. That's one of the disadvantages. The other disadvantage is that patriarchy actually breeds a lot of competition among men, leave alone men fighting or working hard to dominate women. Men working hard to dominate their fellow men, because patriarchy, also in that patriarchal system, at the top of the hierarchy, there are also hierarchies, whereby a man wants to be at the top of the others in terms of domination, power, and authority. And in that competition, in that mentality of competition, men can't actually even work together because they believe they should dominate the other man. Where in the real sense, that's not how it works. And even about dominating women, because patriarchy, in most case scenarios, is mostly focused about domination, but domination over women, not domination over social structures, administrative. It's usually mostly focused on the domination and oppression of women. And as I talk this, you might think I'm actually like pushing for equality. I'm not really pushing for equality, and I actually think that equality, just as patriarchy, is an illusion that is meant to place people in position that they are not yet at. There is no gender that is dominant of the other. Women dominate men over other things, and men dominate women over other things. For example, women dominate men over men in nurturing of babies. Men dominate women in physicality. So I don't know how it came to be put that one gender is dominant of the other. We are dominant over the other in different ways. Another disadvantage of patriarchy, and why I'm saying it works against men, it's that it pushes a fictional level of masculinity or a fictional image of masculinity, whereby it even causes men to hide their vulnerabilities, while in real sense, men have vulnerabilities. And by hiding their vulnerabilities, they do not work on them. What is the end game? The vulnerability works against them, or the vulnerability dominates them, harms them. And let me talk about patriarchy and women empowerment and how it's working as a disadvantage to women empowerment. You see, there are a lot of men currently that are complaining about women empowerment, saying that women are being favored over them or preferred over them. To a large extent, the claim is wrong or is misguided, though there is to a certain extent that the claim is true, because there is also a hidden or a negative agenda that is being pushed through the women empowerment. But today, let's talk about positive women empowerment. So most of the men that are arguing about this is that it's because of the fictional position they were placed by patriarchy. Can you imagine that women empowerment is initial stages of implementation? Now, many men have been shaken by it. Imekuwa implemented like 15 to 20% at maximum. But wanaume wengi wana feel ina work against them, ina wa pressure. Why is this? It's because the position they were in, the authority, the power they had was fictional. That's why it's easily shaken by something small. And actually, the funny thing is that women empowerment is meant for the positive growth of the society and even the positive growth of men. Sasa unaona vile hawana hiyo real authority, ndio unaona wana fight something positive for them, rather than possessing that fake or fictional authority or power that patriarchy has placed on the men. I think that I included as a man, we should work to build capacity, real capacity of authority and leadership. Hata society inakuwa inaput that men are the real leaders in families, in society, automatically because of the patriarchal system. Unakuta hata wale men hawaja build capacity, skills, competencies for leadership. They want to take on leadership positions in the family and in the society. Najua hawana those leadership or that leadership capacity. They run their families, their societies, their corporations down the drain. Na utakuta saizo kuna women who are out there who or in those families that have built the capacity for leadership and authority, but they won't be given those positions because automatically in the patriarchal system, a man has authority, has leadership skills, which in real sense is not true.